things you said was that you had described and shared your perspective on where technology was going. Can you either one walk us through some of that, if it's easier to kind of talk through your thinking then, or walk us through your current thinking at a high level on where technology is going? I'm curious to get your perspective there.
So basically what I was asked to do, and to be clear, this was a side project. This was not my day job. But what I was asked to do was basically to just say, okay, hey Adrian, what's the future of transportation? Hey Adrian, what's the future of education? Hey Adrian, what's the future of food? And I'm asked this a lot. Frankly, we're asked, we have to go through this in forward all the time. And whenever somebody asks me this, one of the things that I do is I kind of have to, in some ways, come up with like the definitive right answer on something that's like a very long term question. It's an incredibly hard thing to do. It's like, how do you predict technology? And so what I do is I don't try and predict technology. I just try and predict first principles. And so let's just ask ourselves, we can just do this right now. Let's just ask ourselves a really, really simple thing. It's just called the thought experiment. So we can do this at Ford, right? Let's just take healthcare, and let's just take things to the limit. So 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, whatever time frame you want, but at the limit, do you believe that healthcare will cost $1 billion per person or $0 per person? Which do you think? You think $0 per person?
Probably zero.
Okay. So first thing is we think healthcare is going to get really cheap. Awesome. Okay. Do you think that healthcare is going to use all the data or none of the data? Probably all the data. You know what? I think that healthcare is going to trend towards more and more data. Okay, great. Do we think that you're going to see your doctor once a year or you're going to see your doctor once a minute? Probably once a minute. So we believe that healthcare is going to get more and more connected. Okay. Do we believe that healthcare is going to be in one place in a city called a doctor's office, or healthcare is just going to be all around us and just kind of the technology and the fabric and the infrastructure is going to be everywhere? Probably everywhere. Okay, so we believe there's going to be an infrastructure based world of healthcare. And so we go through these thought experiments. And once we list out a whole bunch of parameters, you can kind of say, well, look, at the limit, this is what healthcare looks like. And you can do this with anything. You can do this with transportation. You can do this with education, et cetera. And look, I can't tell you when. I can't tell you exactly what it's going to look like, but I can kind of give you a rough sketch of where it's going. It's just not that hard.